The life of the 10th Parliament as we know it is officially on its final stretch, with only a few hours now standing between an active sitting Parliament and its dissolution. And as members of Parliament clear out, final House business proves weighty to conclude, even forcing a special morning session for the House Tuesday and a procedural motion in the afternoon to extend sitting hours until conclusion of House business. Thus, in essence,
Parliament has disposed of all constitutional timeline bills. So we are not, we have done what we are supposed to do as per the timeline given by the Constitution on various bills. What is now we're doing is bills that are relevant but can be done by the next Parliament.
But the plot to ban the midnight oil and do away with all pending House matters hitting a snag in the morning, with an adjournment seeking Finance Minister Njeru Githai to consult with the House Budget Committee over a stalemate in some of the bills he had presented. As a result, the expected rush to clear business by the stroke of midnight suffered a blow. And now, at best, Parliament will break Wednesday as it sits again Wednesday morning and afternoon in a final dash to finish pending business. Their minds now focused on party primaries scheduled for next week, most of them already hitting the campaign trail.
Realistically, it will spill over to tomorrow. And that's not the only thing. There are several motions by committees that need to be passed. And we have the standing orders, both for this House and the Senate, that must be passed before we also break. So I see us sitting again morning and afternoon tomorrow. But even despite that, we will not finish the business that this House set out to do. There are so many bills that are still at first reading.
You will see the most important issues that must be done by this Parliament are coming the top, and the things that can be done partly by the next Parliament is coming at the bottom. So that in case we have a lapse, then we know what is priority and what is not priority. But I can tell you tomorrow morning, tomorrow is the day as a fallback.
These bills all lined up for various stages in the legislation passing process, some taking precedence over others, but nonetheless, each bearing the risk of not having that critical scrutiny due to the rush with which the business is executed. The 10th Parliament stands automatically dissolved by Monday, 14th of January, and no further business whatsoever would be transacted beyond then. And with the campaign trail calling, it appears parliamentarians are all too eager to hit the ground and take a stab at returning to the August House after the general election.
The people who sit until midnight, we are usually about 10, at most 15. So really the bills are being passed by 10, 15 people who are also tired and exhausted, because we are also not sitting here. We are also concerned about the ground and also doing our own campaigns. So for me, really the quality of the bills that we're passing here, they do not meet constitutional thresholds because there will be no public participation. And the reason, and even the committees have not even had time because we are shortening the period for the committee time. So most committees don't look at them.
Leader of Government Business Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka was expected to move a motion for adjournment sindai translation to a day other than the normal sitting, effectively allowing the MPs to break and the next Parliament can take up business. Now, in a fashion that has become synonymous with this 10th Parliament passing lump sum legislations in a hurry in an effort to beat deadlines, the implications of which have always resulted in loopholes created one way or the other and have forced the August House to sit and make amendments. Be that as it may, this remains their final leg, and any unfinished business will now spill over to the 11th Parliament that will occupy these buildings next. Jacky Maribe, Citizen Live at 9.